At Touro College, anything that we've been able to accomplish is the result of the contributions of a great number of people. And I'd like to thank those people for all that they've done. First, anyone who has been able to accomplish anything at Touro can't begin to sufficiently express his or her gratitude to Dr. Bernard Lander, who founded and continued to build Touro College right up until his last days with us. I also want to thank Dr. Alan Kadish, our president of Touro College, for stopping by earlier today to say hello and to share on this happy occasion. I thank another honoree, Dr. Anthony Palomini, our vice president, without whom any of the accomplishments, achievements of our graduate education and special education programs would have been possible. Anthony opened up all sorts of pathways, roads for us to explore in connections with various school districts, new sites to work at. He really opened possibilities that I doubt anyone else could have done in quite the same way he did. We owe him a great deal. I also thank Dean Lamar Miller, who's leading the Graduate School of Education into ever more interesting and fruitful projects, also opening up new pathways for us. And I offer special thanks to our Associate Dean, Dr. Yuri Karpov, a colleague and friend with whom I've worked, every step of the way. His support and insight into the wide range of matters with which we deal has been of inestimable value, as have his contributions overall to the Graduate School of Education. I also want to note the real pleasure it has been to work with my colleagues at Touro, including program heads, Nilda Soto-Ruiz, Elaine Nicolakakis, Steve Phillips, Isaac Herskowitz, along with Phil Charrick, Irina Berman, Sergei Boyko, Shmuel Fink, and Jay Lefkowitz. And it is always a pleasure to work on various projects with Nick Aiello and to talk philosophy with George Cohn. On a personal level, very personal level, I thank my wife, Ronald Lehrer, and my daughter, Ava, for everything, and I do mean everything. Of great support, too, have been my father-in-law and mother-in-law, Alfred and Dolores Meeser, and I thank my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, Marjorie and Harry Weiss, for their support and their presence on this occasion. I'm also grateful that my dear friends, Richard Marks and Deborah Rubin Marks, could be here today. Rhonda, Ava, and I have shared so much with them over many years of wonderful friendship. I take this award as recognition of the good work taking place in our Graduate School of Education overall, and in particular on this occasion, our graduate education and special education programs. All of us in the education and special education programs work with great commitment and intensity to ensure that our programs meet the needs of our students to the maximum extent possible, including, of course, our students from the Jewish community, for whom we have a special mission, as we also do for students from underrepresented groups. Our deputy chairs and directors are in the forefront in making things work. There is Rhonda Lehrer, who heads the Women's Division in Brooklyn, a division created so that Jewish women who feel more comfortable in a class with only women can study in such classes. And I thank Alan Hecht and Bindu Chawla for their enormous assistance in working with Rhonda for these Women's Division students, as well as Shoshana Groom for her work with our Borough Park students. Joel Haravay heads our co-ed program at the same Kings Highway site, and together Rhonda and Joel have about 1,200 students doing their studies at that Kings Highway site. Some of these students also take classes in Staten Island, and I want to thank Joel and our Staten Island coordinator, Frank Schindelheim, and Sam Amster, the legend Sam Amster, for their good work with these students in dealing with the travails of making sure everything is going well at the varied sites we use on Staten Island. Carolyn White leads our programs at the Bayshore campus and has grown her program from a handful of students just a few years ago to close to 500 students today. Laura Lee Dima-Aller and Yvette Cologne work with well over 1,000 students in Manhattan. Sandrine Lavallee has helped build our ever more popular online courses and programs into the innovative first-rate programs they are. We now have close to 2,000 online course registrations each semester. And I thank Tatiana Ulababova for her invaluable work in our online programs. Steve Levy has gotten off to a great start building a thriving program in Forest Hills with close to 300 students there after just a couple of semesters in operation. We owe it to Jeff Dicker, Director of Student Teaching, and his staff, including Eileen Lieberwitz, Barry Oppenin, Les Kraft, Evelyn Rockland, and Marjorie Weiss, that we have a highly organized and outstanding student teaching component to our programs. And we owe our being in the forefront of the use of technology to our Director of Technology Initiatives, Dan Stein, our tech guru. I also thank Osnat Zakin and Martin Kokel for their important work on assessment for us. We should also not forget the support staff, without whom nothing would get accomplished. Speaking for myself, I can unequivocally say that without my assistant, Maribel Rodriguez, I'd be losing my way in my own office, and that is the truth. I know from program heads how invaluable the work of their staff members has been, and I thank these staff members for their good work. I also want to mention Jim Serace, who is the person who keeps everything running smoothly at our Kings Highway site, and is doing that today as I speak, while his wife, Susan, where are you? Susan Serace is here today. Susan pleasantly and effectively welcomes all students who step onto our floor, our third floor in our Manhattan offices. Finally, I mention our outstanding faculty. What all of the rest of us do would matter little if we didn't have instructors in the classroom and online who had great expertise in their subject areas of instruction and the dedication to do everything possible to offer our students effective instruction that leads to genuine learning and ultimately translates into the children of New York City and the surrounding areas have well-trained teachers who can make a great and positive difference in their lives. And I thank all of you, all the faculty who are here today. I want to mention that I'm very much in agreement with Rabbi Leaf's words about education and teaching. And at Touro College, one of the things I hope we're known for, and I hope is going on everywhere, is a recognition that the foundation of everything, no matter what we do in addition, no matter what the wonderful technologies that we use, the foundation of everything is in the caring teacher-student relationship, and it is upon that that everything else is built. We try very hard to get that across to everyone who has anything to do with our programs, and we try to foster that in every way we possibly can throughout our programs. It is of the utmost satisfaction to me, and I trust to all of us working together, that not hundreds but thousands of teachers and administrators doing excellent work in our public and private schools across the New York metropolitan area are graduates of our education and special education programs and the other outstanding programs in our Graduate School of Education. I want to thank you again, all of you from the association, for this great honor, and congratulate our other honorees. Thanks.